Thank you, Rajan. I'm one of the last coaches on this train. Yeah? The platform's been pretty full with a whole bunch of coaches that have come through. I'm one of the last, and when I was coming up on stage, I saw the dancers practicing in the background, so there's good news ahead. You just have to get through me, that's all. Yeah? But don't worry. I said to Daniel as I was coming up, I said, I'm going to do that Gangnam business on the stage just to get everyone going. Because we've had presenters and we've had dancers, but we haven't had the two of them together. So I said, maybe I'm going to do Gangnam thingy on stage. And she said, go and do it, but I'm going to save you from that absolutely atrocious event, watching me do Gangnam on stage, right? Or sing, for that matter. I've titled our presentation, Our Friendship with YouTube. Because YouTube are our friends. Google are our friends. You like to do business with people who are good at what they do and who are nice to be with. And these guys at YouTube are both those things. They really know what they're doing. They're really good at what they do. And they're really nice people to be with. And so when we do anything with them, and we do a heck of a lot of things with them, it really feels great. It feels like you're with your friends, making fun, exciting things happen in a manner that nobody ever done before. One of the things that we started to do at Airtel in the last 18 months is we started to say to ourselves, let's go back to the things that Airtel was always great at, which is doing things nobody's done before first, and then when they do it, do them better than anybody else does them. And this is one of the things that has really driven us in the last 18 months, and that's because we had a big, big challenge in front of us when we started on this journey about 18 months to 2 years ago. The change that we were making is that we were taking this huge, big supertanker. Rajan said that we have more than 200 million users globally. My job is global. In the 20 countries that Airtel is in today, we have 262 million consumers, subscribers. Okay? We are the third largest telco in the world by subscribers. We're the size of continents. We're huge, yeah? And I don't say this from a boasting point of view. I say it from a point of view of saying, therefore, anything that we do impacts a whole lot of people. And what we started to do about 2 years ago is move this supertanker in a new direction, in the direction of connecting to the people that you see on the screen. Young people that we spoke to in India especially said, you know what, you guys are big. You guys are really everywhere. But do you know what? You don't get us. You don't connect to us. And we said to ourselves, how are we going to move to connect to these people? The second decision we made is we are not going to do this as a sub-brand. You see large numbers of big brands say, oh, we want to protect the whole big franchise with the old good things, and we will do a sub-brand for the youth. And we said no, for all the reasons that many of the speakers who came through before me said. There are big numbers of Indians who are below the age of 25. And in Africa, which is another large geography for us, there are a huge number of people in Africa who are also very young. So we said we want to make our whole brand young. Now, when we started on that journey, we started speaking to these people. We looked for insights, things that they knew about each other, or things that they did with their lives, which would help us re-express a very core Airtel idea, which is of connection. Airtel was always about the conversation that connects. It was always about the TV program that connects. It was always about the broadband connection that allows you to connect to ideas and people. And we were looking for a way to connect to this young audience with a re-expression of our core idea of connection. And we found that when we talked to them, they said, do you know what? Everything about our lives is about friends. Everything that we do is because we want to do it with our friends. And that core bullseye target audience for us in Airtel is the 18-year-old. 18-year-olds told us, we have a whole host of friends on our address book. And you know what? We want to stay in touch with all of them all the time because our lives are lived with and through our friends. And we created this territory of friendship. When we started exploring this territory of friendship, and I'm talking about we're talking about approximately 18 months ago because the guys at YouTube said, you were one of the early brands that jumped onto this bandwagon and started doing things. So why don't you tell the story of what you did when you started with us? So I'm telling you that story. So about 18 months ago, we said, how can we re-express this connection with the young audiences? And we came to the market with this campaign, Har Friend Zaruri Hai Yaar. Because what our insight work told us was, young people are saying, each and every friend in my address book matters. He may matter for a different reason, but all of them count, and we want to stay in touch with all of them. So we have this situation where every friend matters, har ek friend zaruri hai yaar. And then we did, how do we go and express this? And we came up with this youth anthem, which took the country by storm.
चाय के लिए जैसे टोस्ट होता है,
वैसे हर एक फ्रेंड जरूरी होता है,
ऐसे हर एक फ्रेंड जरूरी होता है।
कोई सुबह 5 बजे नींद से जगाए, कोई रात को 3 बजे जान बचाए, एक तेरी कड़की में शेयरिंग करे और एक तेरे बजट में स्नीक इन करे।
कोई नेचर से गेस्ट, कोई होस्ट होता है, पर हर एक फ्रेंड जरूरी होता है।
एक घड़ी घड़ी काम आए पर कभी कभी कॉल करे,
एक कभी कभी काम आए और घड़ी घड़ी कॉल करे।
गॉसिप का कोई घूमता फिरता सैटेलाइट, कोई साथ रहे तो कर दे सब ऑलराइट। कोई एफर्टलेस, कोई फोर्स होता है, लेकिन हर एक फ्रेंड जरूरी होता है, पर हर एक फ्रेंड जरूरी होता है।
हर फ्रेंड जरूरी है यार।
और हर फ्रेंड से कनेक्टेड रखे एयरटेल, दिल जो चाहे पास लाए।
Thank you. So we did this August, September 2011. And after this campaign, young people started looking at us again. They said, hey guys, you got on something here that I think you're starting to get us. But they were not yet prepared to reward us with their time. They were not yet prepared to reward us with their trust. They were not yet prepared to reward us with their business. So we said we got to drive this further. When we started thinking about how might we take this forward, the next was, first of all, keep the campaign alive. The second was, friendship has many dimensions which a single TV spot cannot communicate. And the third was, target the right audience and minimize spillover. But I want to comment here on one of the issues that has not come up with the previous speakers. A lot of conversation and a lot of presentations have touched upon numbers of reach. But one of the things that YouTube does brilliantly, which we took forward in this campaign, is it allows you to extend a campaign idea. It allows you to take content that you may have one cut on when you go on broadcast television and do another cut of it and put it onto YouTube. So that's one thing, that you can actually extend a creative idea. Secondly, you can push the creative envelope. There are things that you would not put on mass media television at normal viewing times. But there are things that you would put on YouTube where a more select group of people will actually come and engage with it and enjoy it in a very different way. So that was the second thing we thought that this would help us do. And the third thing is just deepen the engagement, right? Let people submit and enjoy the idea in different ways. Because brands are not only about the transaction between I said this to you and you gave me so many dollars. All the big brands and all the big speakers who came up here before said, a brand is about enrolling and bringing the consumer into that world that you are as a brand and letting them live in it and enjoy it. So what we did with YouTube was we created this thing called the Har Friend Zaruri HFZ Hangout. And this was an entity, if you like, which had many dimensions to it. First and foremost, you can see the obvious visual connection to the classroom from the main television ad. And then what it said there was, top friend types liked by India. What we had done is, in the previous, when we had gone through with the previous work, we'd asked people, well, what kinds of friends do you have? And you know, somebody said Kanju's friend, and somebody said Jugadu friend, and somebody said, you know, that friend who can never say a single sentence without a few swear words, and all those kind of friends. So there were many friend types that people had told us about. So we said, what if we get consumers to play a game where, depending on the answer you give to a question, you can consume a different video. Then we went to our agency for Har Friend Zaruri Taproot, and then we said to them, listen guys, we want to produce a huge raft of videos, but we're not going to spend 20 times the cost of a normal TV production. So we produced 20 videos for 75 lakh rupees. So really cheap, right? And we went and spoke to Piyush Agani. We said, listen, you got to set this up in such a way that the camera shoots, moves, and we're going to do it in 2 days. So in 2 days, we produced 20 videos, and we populated the HFZ Hangout with those videos. I don't have the time to show you all 20, but let me show you 3, which I just chose at random from the movie.
Dude, तेको पता है, when I was born, I was
Something's happened to the sound. Sorry about that, guys. The video is played without sound. But what happens in that video essentially is the guy tells his friend a joke. The guy takes a long time to get the joke. He gets it about 10 seconds later, and he's the tube light friend, right? The guy who takes a long time to get anything. Yeah? And incidentally, just as a side story, the 2 guys in that video are the 2 copywriters who wrote the campaign. Yeah? So that was one. Let's hope the next one plays with sound.
यार मैंने तो उसको कहा चला दारू पीता लग मुझे प्लेटफॉर्म करेंगे पर उसको क्या करना है यार फिर मैं चले गए वहाँ पे घूमते फिरते गए देखा तो वहाँ कुछ नहीं और मैं वहाँ देखा मैं समझा कि यार जब करते हैं पर पता क्या तू सबसे बाहर हो गया ऐसे 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 घूम रहे थे यार सबसे बाहर हो गया तो मैंने बोला चल वहाँ चल इतने इतने लंबे लंबे और समझ से बाहर भी मैं उसके बाद सोचा कि यार चलते हैं देखते हैं मतलब समझ से बाहर हो गए फिर उसके बाद मैं तो एक बार ऐसे घूमा और उसके बाद बस थक गया और मैं पैक बुक भी गा के डल्लू हो गए समझ से बाहर हो गया मेरे को समझ नहीं आया
फ्रेंड जरूरी होता है आएगा टिंग डगा डिंग 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 डगा डिंग.
So all of us has a friend like that. You know what the hell he's on about, yeah? You need subtitles to figure out what he's saying. And here's
हेलो
another.
अबे साले बहुत चल भी चले तेरे को हाँ आइटम लोग के साथ पिक्चर देखेगा और पैसे मेरे दोस्त से लेगा हाँ 1 घंटे में मेरे दोस्त का 500 रुपया नहीं दिया ना तो मैं तुझे देख लूंगा हाँ क्या बोला अभी तोतला किसको बोलता है साले हर एक फ्रेंड जरूरी होता है हर एक फ्रेंड जरूरी होता है.
So what you can see there, and there were 17 other videos of different kinds of friends, you know, the status update friend and this friend and that friend. What we did is, we didn't just put the Har Friend Zaruri ad on YouTube. Of course we did. Everyone does that. That's vanilla stuff, right? We put it there and we put the subtitles of the words on the song so people could learn the words of the song. But we did this. And then we put it onto the Har Friend Zaruri Hangout, where after watching the video, the user could tag Facebook friends, right? So what happens is, all your Facebook friends are pulled into YouTube, and then you could say, this friend of mine, you know, he's a Vasuli friend, or that friend of mine, he's a Chatterbox friend. You know, you could actually label your friends from YouTube in different ways. Then the user had to answer a question to go to the next video, and he was given a choice. And the choice is there. On a trip to Goa on a beach, will you take pictures of all the Firangs in swimsuits? With due apologies to all the Firangs, yeah? Or will you plug your iPod and listen to into your ears and listen to cool songs? And depending on which answer you gave, there was a friend-typed video which was served up to answer that question. Then you could score the videos. You could tag your friends. You got certain amount of marks. You got +2 if you put it on Facebook. You got +2 if you put it on Twitter, and so on. So you got scored on the game, and you could win things, like these T-shirts. So you got cool merchandise, which you could win at the HFZ Hangout. And there on the T-shirt, the white one on top, the words of the anthem Har Friend Zaruri Hota Hai were written. And so deliberately designed to be the kind of wear that young people would put on, rather than the big branded logo that nobody ever wants anyone to see them wearing that T-shirt. We then advertise other products from our range, right? Like ringtone downloads. So you could go and get the HSD Anthem remixes, or you could also play, download, and set us hello tunes. So you could also do that through the same HFZ Hangout. So that's what we did. How did it go? Oh, okay. So these are some of the gurus of the space, right? The bloggers, and what did they say? So this bloke, industry expert, Lakshmipati Bhatt, is he here? No. So I saw the extension of the Har Friend Zaruri Hota Hai theme campaign in short films. I thought it was a brilliant idea, slicing the many types of friends who were anyway portrayed through vignettes. Another guy, Kunal K, said, one of the most hilarious commercial campaigns ever. Psst, don't miss the slow tube light friend video. Then other good comments from other people. You know, we'll always only put up the good comments, won't we? We got 1.2 crores worth of PR, right? 600 clips of stories were generated. Media visibility spanned across main lines. I forgot to mention 29 million people viewed the videos, right? There were many stories, and there was this whole rollout of the deepening of the idea, is he your friend type, and so on, across the various kinds of media, including the vernacular media. So there you go, 29 people were reached across all the access points. We achieved far higher engagement scores than the category average. So 7% today, I'm not going to talk to you about all other communities, but we do an average of 10% engagement, which is nearly 3 times the industry average at Airtel. 75% of the views came from YouTube, and we're not saying this only because they're our friends whom we like, but because this is the truth. We had great viewership of the videos from YouTube. And then the guys at Google did their analytics, and they put us into their Google Global Think Quarterly. Was it last year? Yeah, about a year ago now. We were the #1 most visited sponsored site in Jan 2012, 51st most visited channel in the world. Despite not being a content generation site, we were 87th most subscribed channel in the world, which is, I think, something good. And we were published in Google's Global Think Quarterly as a case study, which is circulated to the world's top 500 CEOs. Now, that was what we did a year ago, but that isn't where it stopped. We're doing loads of things with these guys. We are right now doing a very exciting extension of our data campaign. You might have seen our 3 friends. We have an ad out on television, which if you Shazam the ad while it's being played, you will actually get a push from Airtel telling you that actually you can share the ad, or you can actually get a product from us or a free gift. So we're actually doing 2 screen interactions where as you watch the screen on television, you can actually use your cell phone to get some more information about the product. So we're doing lots of innovative things. We're extending that campaign. We've got this 7-ad series, which is going to allow us to deepen the engagement with our consumers in data on YouTube. But that's coming. I hope it'll be brilliantly successful, because if it is, these guys will invite me back here to speak to you again, maybe. And if it isn't, another equally successful guy will come and tell you a wonderful success story, okay? So thank you very much for listening to me, and great to be here, and I hope I can chat to some of you over dinner. Thank you.